Welcome, PVT Express News. Subscribe to the channel to not miss new videos. And now for today's content. On an amber-tinted evening, love transcended the screen. As the sun dipped into hues of amber and violet, the streets of the city, usually a canvas for everyday chaos, quieted for a rare, intimate moment. Beneath hanging lanterns and the shifting dusk sky, two figures paused in the middle of the sidewalk. Sukai held Tan Songyun's hand, not as fictional characters, but as if they were simply two hearts meeting at the right time. No grand ceremony, no luxurious setting, just a street and the sincerity of the moment. What unfolded was the emotional pinnacle of "You are more beautiful than the stars," yet for countless viewers, it felt like something more than a scene. It became an emotion etched into memory, an echo of genuine connection. This wasn't just television, it was magic birthed from authenticity. The scene blurred the boundary between storytelling and life. As petals drifted in the air and the soft twinkle of tree lights resembled fallen stars, it didn't feel like acting. The music faded gently into the background, leaving a quiet space where emotions could breathe. And in that silence, they walked together. Slowly. Purposefully. Their eyes spoke volumes, needing no words. Audiences across living rooms and phone screens found themselves frozen in that shared stillness. Tears welled, smiles crept in, and hearts swelled. Even those stationed to direct traffic near the filming location reportedly felt they had stumbled upon a genuine wedding. Sukai, often cast as distant and guarded, and Tan Songyun, who portrayed quiet resilience with depth, crafted a relationship that grew from tentative glances to unspoken affection. There were no grand declarations early on, no dramatic swoons, just a steady unfolding. That slow burn made their final promise to one another resonate even more. Viewers didn't just watch their story, they lived it. They felt the awkward beginnings, the aching silences, the missteps, and the soft forgiveness. So when Sukai uttered his vows, his voice slightly unsteady, and Tan Songyun looked up at him through tears, the illusion of fiction vanished. It felt real. What made the moment unforgettable wasn't only the poetic visuals or the strength of the screenplay. It was the vulnerability the actors brought to it. Sukai admitted in an interview that the scene left him emotionally unguarded. "I wasn't acting anymore. I felt like I was really marrying her." Tan Songyun echoed that sentiment, saying there are rare moments when the barrier between acting and true feeling dissolves. When your emotions become real, even your body can't tell what's pretend and what's true, she shared. That moment wasn't just performed, it was lived. And in that, they didn't just tell a love story. They embodied one. And that love, not fiction, but a living energy that feels real to anyone who witnesses it. But the magic on screen didn't come without hard work. Filming took place in the sweltering heat of the Chinese summer. Crowds of curious onlookers kept peeking over fences. The crew had to work day and night to make sure the natural light of dusk wasn't missed. Sukai refused to use body doubles or stuntmen for any of his scenes. He wanted to do everything himself, from the breath he took before he took his vows to the final step that touched the end of the road. Tan Songyun, too, showed incredible dedication. Amidst all the pressure to be perfect, she remained gentle, calm, and gave her best in every take. She never complained, and patiently redid scenes dozens of times just to get one expression right. Many wonder how such chemistry was created. The answer is not luck, but effort. Soo-kai and Tan Songyun spent hours discussing the script. They tried to understand each other's emotions, even exchanging views on how lovers should react in certain situations. Soo-kai once said that Tan was a very spiritual person. He compared her to air, invisible but always felt. Meanwhile, Tan praised Soo-kai's sincerity, calling him an actor who works with his heart and talks with his eyes. The depth of their professional relationship seeps onto the screen, and the result, a synergy that makes viewers forget they're watching a drama. Speculation was inevitable. Ever since the wedding scene aired, the internet has been filled with fan theories. Some highlighted how Soo-kai looked at Tan Songyun off-camera. Others noted how Tan looked shy when Soo-kai mentioned her name at a press conference. In an interview in 2025, when asked if there was a special connection between the two, Soo-kai simply smiled, paused for a few seconds, and said softly, "She's someone who means a lot to me." The hanging answer was like oil that ignited the embers in the hearts of fans. For them, this kind of love couldn't just stop on screen. Symbolically, this scene was the culmination of the characters' transformations. Soo-kai, who was originally closed off, finally opened his heart. Tan Songyun, who was originally just waiting, finally voiced her love. The street, which is usually a symbol of limitation in crowds, turned into the purest altar. There, in the midst of ordinary life, their love became extraordinary. It wasn't just an ending. It was a revelation. About how true love doesn't need a stage, just two hearts that dare to choose each other. Weeks after the episode aired, the internet is still filled with dialogue quotes, video edits, fanfiction, and emotional confessions from viewers. One TikTok user wrote, "I don't even know why I'm crying. But it feels like I'm attending the wedding of someone I love." A popular blogger called it the new definition of romance. The scene has since been compared to other legendary moments in Asian drama history, and it stands tall as one of the most heartrending. Even real couples have begun to imitate the scene in their own weddings, signaling that the moment has transcended the screen and entered popular culture. Dramas end. The lights go down. The scripts close. But some stories remain. Soo-kai and Tan Songyun's street wedding wasn't just a successful scene, it was proof that with sincerity, acting can come alive. That love told honestly can transcend the script and touch viewers to the core. Did they really fall in love? Time will tell. But even if they didn't, the love they gave their characters will be timeless. "You Are More Beautiful Than the Stars" has given us something rare. Not just a story, but a feeling. Not just acting, but honesty. And in that scene written in starlight, On an ordinary city street, we witness something extraordinary, love, in its purest form. Love that doesn't need a grand stage. Love that simply stands in the middle of the street and says, "I choose you." Please leave your discussion. Welcome to leave comments. Welcome to my channel. Thank you all.